All right, guys, for today, I'm going to show you how to create a storyboard. Storyboards are what you're going to be turning in tomorrow, the finished storyboard. So I'm going to show you how to get them going, then I'm going to show you how to turn them in tomorrow, and we'll move on from there. All right, so go to storyboardthat.com. That's the name of the storyboarding software we're using. We're going to log in. Log in using your school Gmail account. And you're going to need to create a storyboard. So they have a pay version. I'm not interested in the pay version. I just want to use the free version. So I'm going to click Create a Storyboard. Okay, and here is the basic storyboard that you start with. So we're going to need to maximize the number of cells that we can access in the free version because I know I'm going to run out. And it says that the free version uses a maximum of 3x2. So I'm going to come down here and go 3x2. And so that's the maximum size that I can use. The pay version can go more, but I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to update my storyboard. Now I have 2 rows, 3 columns. Excellent. So then I'm going to go down to Layout, and I'm going to choose Cell and Description. So that's the one I want. There we go. And I'm ready to begin. So our script should be already set up from yesterday. Sorry. There we go. I'm going to copy that. Come back to my description, paste that. Excellent. And I'm ready to begin putting in my storyboard. So my background on this one was the palm trees and the flag. I'm just going to use the flag because I can't really layer too much in here. So I'm going to find a flag. Oddly enough, they hide the American flag from you over here. So I've got to go over more. There we go. This is the one I want right here. And expand it to the full size of the frame, and that works perfectly. All right. So if I have one that doesn't fit, you do have the crop tool that you can use, but for this, it fits perfectly, and that's what I want. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a character. So I'm going to go to my characters. I'm going to find one that looks the way I want it to look, and I wore a suit for that, a suit jacket, so I'm going to put this guy in here. Now he's pretty generic and the exact size, same size, and every time I drag him down, but if I edit the pose, I can choose the direction I want to face. So in that one, I was facing to the right. I was looking up, and I had a pretty calm look on my face, so I'm going to leave that there. Everything else, because I'm just using the head and the shoulders, that's all I need. Now I can modify this other stuff like hair and whatnot, but I'm just going to leave him pretty much as he is. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to crop him. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to crop it down to just the head and shoulders. And now I can make this big, and that's essentially my shot. I was on one side of the screen, head on the left, looking to the right with the flag in the background. All right, so that's my first storyboard. The next shot that I wanted to do was to show my wife sitting at the computer. So now I'm going to search for a desk or an office. So we'll find an office space. Okay, so her office was, the office shot was kind of on an angle. So I want to find an office shot that looks like it's on an angle and she's sitting at a desk. I could also just search for a desk. This one's probably the closest that I could find. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I've blown it up to the size that fills the frame. And really, I just want her head and shoulders. So this is another close-up. So I just want this section right here. So I'm going to crop it again, but I know I want her facing to the right, so I'm going to flip that around. Now I'm going to crop it, and I'm going to select the portion of the frame that I want. So she's sitting at her desk. Yes, she's looking out the window, but I can't really see the window in this one, and I'll pretend the computer's the window, so I'll crop that image. Make it the right size. Crop it. There we go. Okay, that works. So that filled the frame. Now I'm ready to add my wife in there. So we'll go back to the characters, find one that fits. This one's fine. And we'll edit the pose. So here she was sitting. There should be a seated one here. There we go. Turn to the side. She was looking longingly out the window, and she kind of had her hands on her face like that, so that's perfect. So update the pose, crop her down so that she's exactly the way I want her. So we'll get that. That's perfect. And we'll make her the right size. All right, perfect. So then we'll go to the next one, and the next one was a far away shot, and that was the talking to her pet. I don't remember what order they came in. I'll have to look back at my video, but it says, here we go, spending too much time indoors lately. Rona got you down. So that's the information that goes in that one. I can go to this one here. Mr. Edwards is the outdoors candidate for you. See, that's why we go back to the script, so you know what you're doing. Okay, that one, and that's actually just a repeat, so I'm going to copy and paste that if I can. Is it going to let me duplicate? No, I'm going to have to recreate. There we go. Yeah, copy. Copy that one. Good. Okay, so we copied that. I'm going to send that to the back. Perfect. Put him up there. And we're set. So a shot of Mr. Edwards again. Mr. Edwards, the outdoor candidate for you. Then we're going to go to the next thing. No more pointless searching for shows you haven't watched yet. Perfect. Copy that. Paste it. And we have her standing in front of the TV. So we're going to get that. Edit the pose. She's facing away, kind of looking at the TV. Oh, not that arm. Sorry, that arm. There we go. She's watching the TV. I'm going to update the pose. And we're going to crop it. Sorry. We're going to crop it because I don't quite have her full shot there. There we go. There's her, and she's let's see if that one works. Good enough. So we've got a TV going on in the background there. Doesn't quite look like a living room. Maybe I could search for a living room somewhere. Yeah, any one of these would be fine. You're doing the best you can with what you've got. So there's my living room. So boom. I'm going to flip it. Make it big. That's pretty good there. Yeah, that mirror will look like the living room. Then we can crop it down. Perfect. Crop. Boom. Pull it in. I think we're right about here for the edge. Looks pretty good. Fill the frame. Send to the back. There we go. So she's flipping through her TV channels there. Okay, so again, it's important to look at the size of her in each shot and the size of me and the size of the people, because that's what you're trying to go for. That's the composition. So my next one was the bedroom. So I'm going to find a bedroom. Again, this shot was kind of on an angle, so this is the closest one I can find to having that shot be on an angle. Well, there we go. Fill that frame. I'm going to flip it, because that's the angle I was shooting from. Then I'm going to find her again. There we go. Edit her pose. She's facing the left this time, and she was laying down, and she was holding her dog. There we go. So that's pretty good. And she's talking sadly to her dog. That's pretty good. Take the pose, and we rotate. There we go. Find our dog. Good. So there's the dog. Copy my lines. Paste them in here, and I'm done. Okay, so I keep going and storyboard this out. You guys have seen the video, so you know kind of how this ends. So at some point, I'm going to run out of space. At that point, you're going to have to click save. So this is my new storyboard. This is presidential campaign pad. Boom, save storyboard. Okay, so I saved and exited. Once I've exited, pretend this is done, I'm going to download this storyboard. And we're going to download as a PowerPoint, because we're going to be able to edit the PowerPoint to put everything together. So it's saving this PowerPoint, and it'll download at some point here. There we go. So it's downloading. While it's downloading, I'm going to go ahead and go to my Google Drive. In my Google Drive, I've got a place for my storyboard. This one is a false one. There we go. So here's my storyboard. I'm going to add a file by uploading. I'm going to go into my downloads folder and find the file. It says presidential campaign, so let's find that one. There we go. So it's going to upload that to Google Drive. And because Google Drive will actually work with PowerPoints, I will be able to open this and edit it. Once you've downloaded your first 6 storyboards, you can continue to make storyboards by either deleting this one or creating a new one. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And I'm going to start again. Just to make sure, I'm going to give myself 6 tiles. I'm not 100% certain that's what I'm going to need, but it should work. All right. So this is the point in which I was running up to the house. So I think this one will work. That's probably closest, so we'll take this one. So I can adjust if I want, and that looks kind of weird. There we go, that's pretty close to my house. All right. Whoops, didn't like that, did it? There we go, choose. Okay, so the house fills the frame. There we go. I think it's actually opposite for me, and then crop this down so that it was just me on the front door. That should be pretty good. And All right, so then we have characters. We have me again. And I was walking up to the door with the surfboard. So at my pose, update that pose, crop it down. No surfboard. Okay, so I could theoretically upload something, but for now I just want something that's going to be a placeholder because I don't want to spend a lot of time searching for something. So I'm done with him. We're going to put a board in my hand. So we'll just use this as my surfboard. Great surfboard, huh? Looks great. Okay. Mr. Edwards approaching the house with a surfboard. Anyway, so that gets us continuing on our way. I'd fill this out and I would, again, save and exit. PCP2. Save that one. And download. I would assemble them in my storyboard here. Again, upload them to my presidential campaign ad, and then I could combine them by copying and pasting. So if I copy and paste, then I'm adding to this and I have a single storyboard that I can turn in. So once that storyboard is done, okay, so I'm all done with my storyboard, then I go back to Google Classroom, go to my class, and I'm going to add that for my Google Slides since it should be the most recent thing I worked on. That's what I'm going to put insert there. Perfect. And then I can turn in.